for this afternoon. Let me call on Mara.
Thank you, Kay. Good afternoon, our dear doctors. Thank you for joining us today po. Let me introduce to you our speakers for today. Our first speaker is a social worker and an eco-volunteer. She believes all things can be done sustainably. She is a retail trader and a co-founder of Philippine Association of Forex Traders, Inc. She started planting her herbs back in 2016 because she loves cooking using fresh ingredients. She designed a wooden plant hanger and posted on Facebook, and it turns out that a lot of people wanted to bring home their plants. Her love for planting ended in an accidental business. She created different sizes of plant frames and distributed it until early 2017. Unfortunately, not everyone can successfully grow their own. Early 2017, they stumbled upon hydroponics and they realized that it's the easiest way for people to grow food with and without experience. So for 2017 to 2019, they have built countless setups for both indoor and outdoor and two major hydroponic farms, and a couple of food sustainability projects with different foundations. For 2020, she focused on building more modular system for both residential home and commercial kitchens. Our second speaker is a project manager by profession in a BPO setting and have 17 years of experience in project management building call centers. He is also a bamboo advocate and likes working with materials made of bamboo. He started planting in 2014 because of his neighbor, who is into aquaponics, and he was fascinated by it. He started to make his own hydroponic setup using a bottle and a clove of garlic, which then grew at a fast pace, and it sparked his curiosity. Currently, he teaches the underprivileged hydroponics for self-sufficiency, mostly in the rural areas. He has 4 years in experience in hydroponics planting. Majority, he teaches communities to plant and grow basic edible crops for daily consumption and sustainability. He also graduated from Most Culinary School on 2017, and he integrated his love for cooking and planting and have come up with some great ideas which he will be sharing with all of you today. Without further ado, let me call on our speakers, Ms. Gian Ricanillo and Chef Joseph Gonzalez.
Hey, good afternoon.
Hello. Hi.
Good afternoon po, Chef and Miss G.
Good afternoon. Hi. Hello. Okay. So thank you for having us here. We are going to teach you Hydroponics 101, and also we're going to teach you how to make different kinds of dressing later on. So we'll start with Hydroponics 101. Tour namin kayo mag-plant. Si Miss G, yung magturo niyan. Although both of us are knowledgeable, are very knowledgeable with hydroponics and cooking, we've decided to split it up. So Miss G, I give it to you.
Thank you.
Let's start the presentation. May konti tayong lecture.
Yes.
Konti lang. Tapos we go to the actual proper of assembling everything with hydroponics.
So we'll be explaining it first, and then we will be doing our demo. Okay. So let me share my screen.
Yan.
Yeah.
Okay, and Pao, nakikita niyo ba yung screen namin?
Yes po, Sir Chef.
Okay. Sige.
So this is hydroponics 1. So I will try to make it as fun as possible para maalala po natin. What we will be discussing is defining first what is hydroponics. We'll be showing you different types of hydroponics. We will be telling you the benefits of why it's worth considering, the terminologies, and then we will be planting.
Planting. Tanim na tayo.
So excited.
Yes.
Okay. So first, what is hydroponics? Okay? It came from the Latin words hydro, which means water, and ponos, which means labor. So basically, it's our water that's working for us. Okay? So yung right picture, as you can see, wala siyang soil. It's just the roots. You can see the roots and then the water and then the plants. Okay? And of course, the container that's holding them together. So basically, hydroponics is soilless. Yes. So these are the types of hydroponics. We have the wick system, um, we have the ebb and flow, we have the NFT or the nutrient film technique. This is usually used for big setups or the vertical setups. We have the DWC, the deep water culture. We have the drip system, and we also have the aeroponics. So we're just giving you a picture that there are a lot of different types of hydroponics, but the basic part and the basic setup is the deep water culture, which is
Miss
this
G,
one.
ano ulit tawag dito?
Deep water culture.
Deep water culture.
Yes. And this is the most basic form of hydroponics, and we will be using this one. Okay. And ito rin yung meron tayong mga kits, okay, for this one.
I hope everybody got their kits.
Yes.
It has all of the
Doctors, lahat naman po tayo naka-receive.
yeah, and then
Kasi actual tayong magtatanim.
Yes.
ready nyo na yan.
Okay. So
Yes.
while looking at the picture, you'll see your plants. You will see growing medium. You will see your roots, and you will see your water. It is mixed with nutrients, and then you will see your container. Okay. After 30 days, there would be lesser water kasi inabsorb na siya ng ating roots. And of course, bigger plants. Right? So yan yung basic niya. At the same time, if you look at the rightmost picture, you have a vertical setup wherein baga patong-patong yung mga halaman. Pwede po siya sa mga medyo advanced na siya. So it has its own light para to compensate for sunlight kasi patong-patong. Or it can also be done in an A-frame wherein lahat ng parts niya naarawan.
Miss G, may tanong ako. Bakit mahaba yung roots ng isa?
Bigger na siya. So this is,
Nahabol
let's
niya yung
say,
ano, no?
yes, 30 days na. Usually naman lahat ng plants, pagka lumalaki sila, lumalaki rin yung system nila. So it absorbs the nutrients.
Alright.
Next. What are the benefits of growing plants hydroponically? Why do we even have to consider it? Eh, pwede naman tayo magtanim sa soil. Okay? So first is that it saves 90% of water. Okay? Sa soil po kasi, when we plant, let's say, one lettuce, we water it around a liter of water a day. Oh, no, not just a day, in the morning. And then another liter of water in the afternoon. So if the plant is going to be harvested in 45 days, that's about 90 liters.
90 liters.
Yes, that's a lot. 90 liters of water for just one
For
plant.
one plant.
For one plant. Kaya di ba sabi nila very important ang irrigation for farming, di ba? Kasi ganun karami talaga yung ginagamit natin to water our plants. Samantalang sa hydroponics kasi, we're just using an average of 1 liter to 2 liters for one plant. Hanggang harvest na yun. So, ganun siya katipid sa water. And in terms of bigger setups, yung water nila is usually circulating. So, dadaan yung nutrient water, babalik sa reservoir, ikot lang, dadaan ulit, ikot lang. So, it saves us a lot of water.
A lot of water.
Okay. Next is we can plant 4 times the amount of crops in the same space as traditional farming. Well, actually not just 4 times. Kahit na maabot na mga 20 times. Okay? So sobrang, it saves a lot of space in terms of planting. If you look at our batch, so this is a less than 2 square feet of space, yes, and we have a modular setup wherein we are able to put in 24 plants. So pag sa soil po yan, sa 2 square feet, we can only put like 4 to 6, yeah, 4 to 6
maximum of 8.
plants. Ganun lang siya. Tapos ito,
Ng malaking garden.
yes.
You have this in your office, in your room, in your kitchen, actually anywhere.
Anywhere. And at the same time, kasi we can also do walls. Let's say, yung wall nyo, pwede na nating lagyan ng mga tanim, ganyan. Na dating hindi naman natin malagyan. So we're actually, yung mga non-arable places, here in Metro Manila, we don't have much agriculture lands na, di ba? So, but with hydroponics, we can actually grow edible food.
Lalo sa condo, Miss G.
Yes,
ah,
yes. Condos.
Super, convenient na mag-hydroponics sa condo.
Dahil walang garden.
Ay, na
Walang
mga
lupa.
Yes. Ay, lalo ngayon, usap-usap po yung plantito.
Yes, tama. Opo.
Ma-hashtag kasi trending hashtag po yan eh.
Yes, we're giving you an option to plant edible plants then, aside from ornamental plants. The next is, it's grown in an inert medium without soil, so it's no soil. Perfectly balanced pH, nutrient solutions, and highly oxygenated water is delivered directly to the roots. So wala na tayong soil. At the same time, sa hydroponics kasi, we can control its environment. Ibig sabihin, malayo siya sa calamities kasi control the environments natin. So ibig sabihin, we can do it regularly or systematically. Unlike pag sa soil natin nagtanim, pag biglang may bagyo, nawawash out yung mga tanim natin, ganyan. So, very unpredictable. But with hydroponics, we can control its environment, meaning we can give them enough or the balanced pH, we can give them enough nutrients, and we can give them enough light depending on their needs.
Usually dun sa soil, di ba, if you plant on a traditional method, you have to prepare interval, di ba?
Yes, yes.
So, I remember when you see yung mga magsasaka, di ba, they harvest, and then after harvest, you have to prepare, you rest the soil,
Yes,
and then plant again for after a while. Kasi the nutrients need to go back in.
yes.
Whereas in a hydroponic system,
Wala.
wala.
Wala na.
So, if you take out the plant, tapos ka na, just replace it with a new one and you're
Yes.
done. Instantly, as in right now, palit.
Yes. So wala siyang downtime. Which means if it's done as a business, mas malaki yung profit or mas maraming magiging produce yung farmer kasi tuloy-tuloy yung pagtatanim niya. Thank you for that, Sha.
Lupa, mas maraming profit.
So at the same time, some crops can grow twice as fast in hydroponics due to getting exactly the correct amount of nutrients, water, and oxygen. Okay? So if you saw the picture, if you remember the picture earlier, yung roots natin, nakasawsaw na talaga siya sa ating nutrient solution, which means it's getting enough, it's getting enough nutrients that it needs. Kaya, mas mabilis din siyang mag-grow. Yung lettuce natin can be harvested within 22 to 45 days in hydroponics.
In hydroponics. In
In
traditional,
yes, it's 45 to 60 days.
almost half.
Yes, so it's longer. At the same time, may downtime pa yun kasi nga, you need to prepare the soil. Yes. But for the hydroponics, continue siya. Same with the tomatoes. Usually, they bear fruits around the 6th, 8 weeks, ganyan. But with the hydroponics, sometimes kahit mga 4th week pa lang, may mga flowers na sila, tapos 5th week, may mga bunga na sila. So, and mas
One
marami.
lang, you can have cherry tomatoes already
Yes.
growing.
And mas marami talaga siyang bunga.
Imagine 1 month, no? 6 months, ilang months na tayo lockdown yung
Yeah.
ang daming tomatoes.
Marami ka nang na-harvest.
Ang dami na sana.
I grew okra in Talong. Actually, I grew okra in Talong via hydroponics. Kasi, Ilocana, sumihilig ako sa mga dinding ganyan. So, nagugulat yung mga pumunta sa bahay. Parang, meron ka nga.
Inuubos.
Only supply.
Okay, so next, hydroponically grown crops can use no herbicides or pesticides. Yun yung maganda. Because majority of the pests kasi, they are soil-borne. And because we're not using any soil, halos wala na siyang pesticides. And usually, when we're doing hydroponics, we do it in controlled environments. Kaya nito, it's a home. So wala talagang pests. So there's actually no need for pesticides, which means healthier yung ating kakainin. So isa yan sa mga important na nakakaligtaan natin na parang basta gulay o good for the body yan. Pero the question is, how ethical is the gulay that we're eating? Diba? So merong mga effects yan sa katawan natin, lalo na yung mga pesticides. So with hydroponics,
Di ba yung hydro, di ba parang the reason why walang pest is because there's no most of the, I remember you saying most of the peste are come
Soil.
from
Yes.
soil borne.
Yes. Kaya yun. So
We don't
these
have
are,
soil,
yes.
walang
no
pests.
pests. Okay. So these are some of the benefits of growing hydroponically. Actually, marami pa po talaga yan. When you have hydroponics at home, you tend to go to the healthy choice when it comes to eating. Because I used to be like really big. Tapos, di ba, when we do diets, usually we buy veggies, tapos we put it in the fridge. Tapos minsan tinatamad na tayo mag-prepare. Kasi nga, nasa fridge naman siya. O kaya, sira na naman siya after a couple of days. Unlike when you can see your veggies fresh, it's like calling you kasi na parang, oh, you should eat me. Oh, I have a lot of basil now. Okay, let's make pesto, ganyan. Let's make salads, let's make pizza. So it's more of a healthier choice. And it's convenient kasi you don't need to buy outside. Let's say if you have guests, di ba, biglang nagdadatingan. What will I prepare for them? Di ba? You can make them salads, you can make them tea, you can make them sandwiches, and it's already there. And ang maganda, ang kailangan mo lang i-pick, yung kailangan mo lang i-prepare. So nakakatulong tayo na mabawasan yung mga wastes, food wastes, which are actually very expensive din kung titingnan. Kasi tayo, we keep on buying, tapos nasisira lang, tapos itatapon.
Miss G, yun nga na-mention mo yung sabi mo kanina kasi you have to wait for the perfect timing para mag-harvest ng mga plants. So, meron lang akong naalala. Para lang din siyang Miss G, yung one of our products which is yung isoxalan. Sa hydroponics, 'di ba? Parang you have to wait for the perfect timing to harvest your plants like isoxalan, which ensures yung delivery at the right time of the baby. So, yun. Singit ko lang. So, yun. Perfect timing eh. Just like yun nga. Perfect timing.
Just like isoxalan.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yun.
Kasi yung mga plants din natin, kailangan din naman talaga niyan. Merong TLC or tender loving care.
Yes.
So, it's parang yung pagbibigay natin ng nutrients sa kanila. Okay? So, and at the same time, yung pagbibigay natin ng magandang environment for our plants to grow. It's actually a good example. Diba?
Nabasa ko rin, Miss G, tama ba, that one of the nutrients na kailangan ng plants is, hindi ako sure kung tama, nabasa ko lang siya, is calcium. Is it true na kailangan din ng plants yun?
It makes the stems stronger.
So, just like din po sa body natin, yung calcium or yung calciumid natin, which helps po yung bones natin to become stronger. And for pregnant patients naman po, it prevents yung pre-eclampsia.
Yes.
So, yun. Share ko lang yung mga products namin din na medyo
Relatable.
Yes, nakaka-relate ako sa mga terms na ginagamit niyo po. So, yun. Habang may doctors tayo.
Okay, mamaya, I think you're absolutely right by inserting all. Okay. There's so many things that can be compared or actually very similar on how the plant and a human being actually
Oo nga po.
live.
Yes.
Similar.
Because, diba, like nature, we are part of nature. So, we are like nature then. So,
We need this
so
elements in it.
okay.
Yes, opo.
Thank you, Miss G.
Miss G, add lang ako ng benefits, no? Before you go to the next slide. You know, one good thing, one benefit I saw here is, you remember if you go to the grocery, kailangan mo ng thyme, kailangan mo ng basil, kailangan mo ng mga I would call it a special herb or hindi siya regular herb. Yung nakalagay sa styro na konti, tapos nakatapos ng kalahati. Tapos bibili ka nun kasi kailangan mo.
Konti lang kailangan.
Tapos pagdating sa ref mo, kukuha ka lang konti, itatago mo na yung iba, and then what happens next? Nasisira na talaga siya. Whereas, if you have a hydroponic system, it really works for me. I just pipitas lang ako.
Yes.
In our area, in Miss Keys and I, meron kaming thyme, basil, oregano, two kinds of mint. We also have our lettuce here. So, ito mamaya yung gagamitin natin sa pagluluto.
Yes.
Ayun.
Okay. So, ayan po, marami pa tayong ibang mga benefits, pero mag-move on na tayo. Mas magandang ma-experience natin yun, so we have to start. Okay. So, terminologies before we start. First is the grow tray or the grow kit. You have that. That's your box where we will be putting our plants. Second is the net pot. Yan yung pots natin na maliliit na color black. Okay. Third is the nutrient solution. This is already a mix of water and nutrients. We call it nutrient solution. And we have the fourth is the grow medium. That's what will be holding the plants to stand up. Okay. Next is germination. It's a stage where the seeds start to sprout. So, yeah. Next is we will be germinating our seeds. Okay. So, ito. Germination, it's making the seeds sprout. We made it super easy. There are a lot of ways to grow seeds. One, iba binabato lang sa soil. Yung iba, they use different kinds of growing medium like coco peat, etc. Sa atin, we will be using it with containers lang.
Yeah. So, shall we, put the
yes.
video na? So, your doctors, this is tapos na yung natin, konting classroom natin. So, this is the laboratory naman tayo. Let's go to the lab. Or, let's stop the share, and Ms. G is gonna take it live to show you how to germinate.
Okay, first, tada! Okay, so everybody has, diba? The recycled microwavables or recycled containers. So this can be handy when planting. Okay, first, we have to make sure that all that we will be using is sanitized or malinis. Okay, ganyan siya. Lalagyan lang po natin siya ng makapal na table napkin, kahit na 2 folds lang. Table napkin.
Usually, bakit kailangan laging malinis? Why do we need it clean?
To prevent bacteria, fungi.
Or walang pests.
Yeah.
Walang pests.
Kailangan mo lagi malinis. Parang kamay natin yan, di ba? Para maiwasan ang COVID.
Yes.
So, kailangan po natin yan. Okay? What you do is line it flat lang. Ganyan siya. So, flat. Yung tissue. Okay? And then, babasahin lang po natin siya. Hindi po
Doctors, pwede po tayong sumabay. Doctors.
Yes. Hindi po
And
dapat.
doctors, if you have questions po, just feel free to type it at the chat box below.
Yeah. Feel free to type in. There's the seeds, ha?
So, wet. Pero hindi dapat lumulutang. In short, dapat parang damp lang siya. Kumbaga, basa lang. Okay? Para didikit yung ating seeds. And then, what you have, I think you have lettuce seeds. So, we're just going to drop some seeds.
Ayan.
Chef, Miss G, any water daw po? Tap or bottled drinking water? Dr.
It's just tap water.
Tap water lang.
Tap water is
Tap water.
fine. Doesn't matter. Tap water. Now, we suggest if you're using tap water, sana yung medyo naging stagnant na siya
For 24 hours.
For 24 hours. Para lang take out the chlorine. So, the lesser chlorine. Chlorine, mas meron siyang effect. Maganda rin may chlorine, pero not too much. So, just like when you use aquarium, parang like you have to let the water sit down for a while. So that's better. Now we have, yes, this is a wet tissue method.
Yes.
Ayan.
That's right.
And if, do they need exposure to sunlight po from Dr. Agujo?
Yes po. So,
Yes.
so
Yes, but you always
Yes.
have to make it
okay,
moist.
ganito muna siya. Okay. So, you drop the seeds there. So, meron kaming halo ng seeds. So, merong bell pepper and chia. But what you will be using is your lettuce seeds. Okay? So, hindi siya mahuhulog kasi nga basa yung ating tissue. And then we will
Yung seeds niyan, Miss G, yan yung mismong nasa loob ng bell pepper.
Yes po.
Tapos papatuyuin niyo lang po.
The seed, not necessarily, okay? When you use the seeds of your tomatoes, bell peppers, and chilies, if you are going to plant them for future use, let's say hindi mo siya ngayon itatanim,
Opo.
what's good is that you need to put in on a tissue, tapos ito dry lang siya, at least around 2 to 3 days, okay? And then, pag nag-dry na siya, 2 to 3 days, syempre matatanggal na yung mga
Color.
foreign stuff na nakadikit sa kanila, right? And
Opo.
then you put it in a small Ziploc or something or a bottle so that you can set it aside and then label. Yun is for future use. But if you wanted to plant it now and you have, let's say, bell pepper now, yung pinagtanggalan nyo, pwede na siyang idiretso sa inyong tissue.
Ito yung nangyayari. Oh.
Opo.
Actually,
So,
we
yeah.
did that
Yes.
3 days ago. Actually,
Bell
mga
pepper.
5 days. After a while, yan na yung bell pepper. Nilagay lang namin.
Nilagay lang. As in, pag-cut ng bell
Pagkat-
pepper, nilagay yung seeds,
And then this is what happened.
malalaki na sila. Okay?
Bibi na sila.
Pag dry ng bell pepper, it usually takes around 2 weeks to sprout. Pero pag fresh, 5 days, ayan na siya. Ganyan na siya kalaki agad.
So I guess huwag kayong maiinip kapag matagal. Lalo na kung yung seeds nyo, makapal yung balat.
Yes.
So medyo mas matagal. Mas manipis yung balat ng
Mas
seeds.
mabilis.
Yung yung balat, yung balat.
Yes. Okay.
Miss G, ilan daw po yung seeds na, ilalagay na daw ba nila yung seeds sa 3 containers?
Lahat. Okay.
All 3 containers.
Yes po. Yung butas ng ating grow kit is only 6. So we only need 6 seeds. Pero hindi natin sure kung mabubuhay yung 6 na yon. So pasobrahan na lang po natin. Maybe we can plant around 15. We can germinate 15 seeds. Okay? So what to do with this one? Okay? You have to keep it moist for the next duration of 2 weeks. Okay? So every day you open it and then you check kung basa pa siya. Tapos kung you have to keep it moist. Wag na wag siyang matutuyo. Okay? You can set it aside, put it in a bright area for mag-sprout siya. Better term, sprout. Mag-sprout siya within 24 to 48 hours. Yung inyong pong mga lettuce. Okay? Pag nag-sprout na siya, you need to keep it moist pa din and then keep it in a lighted area or kung pwedeng naarawan, mas maganda.
Just make sure that it's moist.
And moist. Para hindi siya matuyo. Okay?
Michi, let's answer the question. For the seeds, it's better that you have different containers for different seeds and you label it. Sometimes magkakamukha siya.
Yes.
So it would be nice to label it. Wow, yung isa doesn't have a lettuce seed. Where you can buy the seeds, you have it in your bigger supermarkets. I
Yes.
saw one, may stand siya, you can get the
Yes.
seeds. We have a Facebook page, we'll tell about that later.
Yes.
And then also you can have it on your online stores. Yan.
So, ngayon, kung nag-sprout na siya, and then you're keeping it moist, aalagaan niyo siya in the next 10 to 14 days. So, almost 2 weeks. 10 to 14 days. So, mag-sprout yan, lalaki yung seedlings natin, and then we will be transferring it to our grow kits.
Grow kits. Yeah.
Okay? Or grow packs. Okay? So, bakit dito natin tinanim? First of all, dito kasi po, madali siyang hilain. So, when you try to pull the seedlings, hindi kasi makapal yung tissue, so walang kakapitan yung roots. So, in short, so easy to remove them. Unlike pag, let's say, you're using coco peat, usually ang tendency, sasama or mahirap hiwalay. So, it will be easier to transfer. Okay?
Sure.
Yes. This is what your lettuce will look like after a couple of days.
This is mga 10 days.
Yes.
10 days old lettuce. Germinated, 10 days old. May seedling na tayo. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yun siya.
Wow.
Mataas pa.
Matangkad na siya.
Pero hindi advisable na tatangkad siya ng tatangkad. Kasi ibig sabihin ng leggy or matangkad, ibig sabihin naghahanap sila ng sunlight. Okay, so in the next few days, dapat nakabilad na to sa araw, at least 3 to 6 hours. Okay. Yeah. Pero mabilis lang siya.
Okay.
Pag naglalagay ng water, Miss G, kailangan spray. Hindi pwedeng
Pwede naman po.
Pwede, pero mas controlled to.
Control kasi.
Mas
Kaya lang kasi
controlled.
pa ang tendency.
mamamatay. Mamamatay ba sila?
Malulunod.
Baka hindi natin
Okay.
makontrol. Tapos,
Okay. Mas okay spray.
Oh, remember, we're like taking care of a baby here, until the baby can like take care of itself on its own.
Delicate pa.
So,
or get a small lalagyan para nakokontrol yung tubig. Salok lang natin ng water, tapos buhos natin ng dahan-dahan para hindi sobra.
Okay po.
Total, it's a tissue. So basically, if you try to put water on one side, mababasa naman yung pool. So it's okay.
Do they need daw po ba to cover the microwave, the container, or open lang?
Preferably cover po hanggang hindi sila nag-sprout. Para sure na yung moist intact. Parang niyayakap nila yung seeds. Kaya mas mabilis po kasi mag-sprout.
Thank you po, Ms. G.
Okay. So now, after we're done with our germinating
tatapin na natin
of our
to.
seeds,
Tatapin na natin.
yes, we will be transferring them, some seedlings, to our grow kits. Okay? If you noticed, when we did germinate our seeds, we didn't put any nutrients. Okay? So, walang nutrients kasi usually yung pinaka-shell nila, pinaka-shell ng seeds, they have nutrients already to sustain their baby stage or their seedling stage. But after 14 days, usually dyan na may lalabas na medyo nag-yellow na sila, ganyan, kasi nag-start nang lumabas yung mga deficiencies nila kasi wala naman talaga tayong nilagay na nutrients. So, kailangan na talaga natin silang ilipat sa ating setup. This means that for different stages, we have different needs of nutrients. And
Yes.
parang
Tama.
katawan, right? And
Yes, Miss G. Yun nga po yung plants. It's comparable po sa stages, ay sa life cycle nating mga women. So, kailangan siyang pangalagaan para mag-flourish tayo through the years. Kaya, yun nga po, Miss G. So, para po siyang brand namin of Tibolone, which is Amina. So, comfort for menopausal discomfort, helping women during their advancing years. So, para po siyang plants and para pong plants, kailangan nating alagaan ang ating katawan para mag-flourish tayo through the years.
yes,
Okay.
right? So, we will be preparing our nakikita niyo po ba ako?
Yes po. Yes, Miss G. Apo.
So, we will be using our grow kits. Okay? So, pero bago tayo maglipat, kailangan nating mag-prepare ng ating nutrients. Okay? So, nutrients. We have 3 packs sa ating kits. First, the yellowish one is what you call the NPK. Next, the marble type, you have your calcium or the calcium. Third, yung parang mukha po siyang betchin. That's your magnesium sulfate. Okay? So, yung exact na nabigay sa inyo na nutrients can be diluted in water of 19 liters. Okay? So, 19 liters
Gano'ng
of water.
karami yung 19 liters?
Yung container ng water nasa water station, yeah, preferably the blue one na merong yung
May gripo.
gripo, yes, yes.
So,
Eksakto
the
yun.
soaking water station.
Yes.
So,
So,
pwedeng i-dilute doon.
so how do we dilute our nutrients? We do not mix them all together at once. Bakit kailangan isa-isa? Kasi po, pagka sabay-sabay natin silang dinilute, ang tendency is nagbubuo sila. So pag nagbuo sila, mas mahirap natin silang i-mix. So mas matagal natin silang hahaluin compared sa pagpaisa-isa lang. Okay? So first, we do the yellow thingy. Okay? We can, so we put some water in our
In the container.
container, preferably kahit mga half lang muna. Okay? We dissolve this one, so we just pour everything in our container, or you can get a 1 liter container and dissolve this one, put water, tapos shake, TikTok, okay? So you need to dissolve it. And then we pour it in our
In the
bigger container. Okay, so one. And then we follow it with another one. Okay, ganun ulit, kung ano yung convenience sa inyo. You can already mix this one sa big container, or you can put it in a 1 liter container. Shake, TikTok. Okay? Pwede po yan. May exercise pa tayo habang nagtatapos. Okay? At the same time, the last one, so ganun ulit. Okay? You do the TikTok thing. Make sure that it's dissolved. Tapos, pour it in our container. And then make sure na dadagdagan na natin yung ating water sa container. So, if you feel na natin siya enough with the 19 liters. And then, seal it up. Don't forget to label it and keep it away from kids. Okay? Sabihin din natin sa mga kasama natin sa bahay na huwag pong iinumin to, pang halaman lang po. Okay? So, it's very important. Next. So, now that we have, that's what we call the nutrient solution.
So, Ms. G, meron na tayong seeds na seedlings. We have our nutrient solution.
Yes.
We have our lalagyan.
Yes.
And then you're going to teach us now how
To
to
transfer them.
Yan. Habang nagta-transfer ka, Miss G, sa nutrients, na-mention ko kanina, diba, Miss G, yung calcium is one of the nutrients. So, aside from that po, we also have yung iron and folic acid nutrients na meron din kami with Biofam po. So, we have yung Hemarate lines po namin. So, yung Hemarate FA namin, yung, which helps po to prevent yung neural tube defects and iron deficiency anemia for pregnant women and for reproactive
women. Yan. Thank you kay thank you for bringing up Hemarate FA or Hemarate line. So yun nga po, Ms. G, besides from Hemarate FA, kasama rin sa Hemarate lines ang Hemarate plain. So ibalik ang sigla ng dugo with Hemarate plain. So both po sila na brands namin of iron.
Yes.
Yan yung mga nutrients.
Those nutrients we also
Na need
Yes.
ng body. Apa.
Okay. So, tutuloy niyo po
Thank you,
natin.
Ms. G. Apa.
Yes po.
ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. So, what I have here, I don't have the lettuce seedlings, but I have basil seedlings. This is 2 weeks old. Ganito po itsura nila. Yan. I planted it in coco peat. Okay. So we will be transferring this one. Okay. What you're going to do lang, since you did it in tissue, it will be easier for you to just remove the seedlings. Okay. So ito medyo mahirap siya kasi it's coco peat. So kumakapit talaga yung roots niya. Coco peat. Okay. Tapos, ang magiging itsura niya, ganito, because it's not that easy to, yeah, thank you, Chef. Okay, kakapit talaga yung yung roots. And I don't wanna shake it off that much kasi ang tendency baka sumama yung roots niya. Okay? So yun yung roots niya. Unlike pagka sa tissue, malinis. Makikita nyo malinis yung roots niya. So I'm just going to put that in a container. Okay.
Then,
You,
dito lalabas yung yung mga
use
bato,
your-
yung
yes.
nagtataka kayo, may mga stones kayong nakuha dyan.
So ang
You can
use
use
niya,
the stones
yes. So you need to use it para tatayo lang yung ating tanim.
sa umpisa.
Yes. So what it will look like. Ito po yung magiging itsura niya. Nakatayo siya sa gitna. Okay lang po kahit hindi yung gitna. Okay.
Okay lang yan.
It comes with practice. So ganyan siya. Nakatayo siya. Para
Sa isang pot, isang...
isa lang.
Isa lang.
Pag dalawa, magsisiksikan sila.
okay.
Sayang yung patubo natin. So just one. Okay? And then, we will be putting that in our grow kit.
Grow kit. Bale,
Question. Okay, next question would be how?
so gagawa silang 6 nito.
Yes.
Lalagay na dito lahat.
Yes, 6.
Oh.
6
Kuha na
na.
kayo ng 6.
Yes.
Ngayon, kung may sobra dun sa nyo,
Hanap na lang ibang
hanap na
lalagyan.
kayo ng ibang lalagyan or pwedeng sa soil or another container.
Yes.
Now, you can also, if you don't have this na, palagay nyo, you can always DIY. You can use
Yes.
your
lalagyan.
Tupperware,
Lalagyan ng ice cream.
ice cream, ang pinaka-classic na,
Yes.
yung ice cream containers.
Some use styro.
And then pag naubusan kayo nito, Ms. G, anong ginagamit natin?
We use styro cups.
You can show them.
So kapag ice cream container na, chef, madami ka nang malalagay. Tama? Okay. O isa pa din.
Mga 2 siguro sa isang container, kailangan mong ibutasan, tapos lalagay mo lang to. I-replicate lang natin to, parang gumawa tayo nito.
Okay po.
Ito, pag naubusan kayo nito, you can have a...
You can use styro cups. This is a styro cup.
Ay, for coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
For coffee.
Pag naubusan kayo,
Okay.
Mapuputasan lang
puputasan nyo lang sa ilalim
para makalabas
to
yung
replicate this.
Improvised.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sa house
okay,
lang.
okay.
Apo.
And this is just
Good
one.
idea po yan.
Isa lang siya.
Ayan.
Ngayon, gaano karami nutrient solution yung minix natin kanina ang ilalagay natin sa ating grow kits. So dapat yung ating ito yung ating plant, right? At least 1/2 inch ng water sa ibabaw niya. Ganyan. Para, bakit hindi ganito lang level ng water? Kasi pag nag-evaporate siya, mapag-iiwanan, what if wala pong lumalabas na roots? Mamamatay yung ating tanim, right? Pag 1/2 inch yan, pag bumaba yung water natin, kahit papano, mahaba na rin yung roots natin. So, makakasabay na siya sa pagbaba. Okay? So, dapat at least 1/2 inch. So, this is what it looks like.
Just to show you how it looks like, we put it in a clear container
Yes.
para makita nyo lang.
maliwanag.
So, ganyan yung water level dito.
Yes. Para madaling makita. Hindi kasi nasa yung... So, gano'n lang po siya karami. And then, what will we be doing with this one? Yan, lalagay po natin siya sa area wherein the plants can get 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. So, 4 to 6, pwedeng balcony, pwede sa window, as long as
Direct.
they're getting 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Pagka naman po nilagay natin siya sa labas, ang tendency kasi, mababasa, so mag-dilute yung ating nutrients. So what we need is a plastic cover or a UV cover, okay, for it. Pero, I'm sure meron naman tayong mga windows na getting enough sunlight.
Now,
If they
But
don't,
if walang sunlight,
yan,
yes.
okay.
if you do not have that much sunlight,
You can
you
buy-
can use
Artificial light.
artificial lights for
Let us show you. Here we have,
hindi lang po namin binuksan.
yan, buksan na namin yan. Yan.
Okay.
We have artificial.
Disco light yan. Disco light.
Pwede mo
Yan ba yung uso pang ano?
That's a
TikTok
glow light.
lights.
And you need to make sure na open siya. Depende sa lakas ng ilaw, dapat na around 12 to 16 hours a day. So mas matagal. Bakit mas matagal? Kasi we cannot really mimic the energy of the sun.
Okay.
So to compensate for it, longer na lang yung exposure nila sa ilaw.
So kailangan Miss G, ganyan siya yung light, ganyan siya kalapit sa hindi pwedeng yung ilaw-ilaw
Pwede yung ito kasi
sa ceiling. Okay.
Apa.
Okay.
hindi magkakaroon ng photosynthesis.
Yan, sana bibili. You're suking online
Shopee.
store.
Shopee, follow us.
Shopee, Lazada.
We can give you good recommendations kasi hindi porque grow light yan, mag-grow talaga yung ating mga plants.
Yan.
Okay, so we can teach you that.
Opo. Ano ba po, Miss G, yung magandang brand? Kaya
Wala pang mga brands.
They're all the same.
Wala pa actually mga certain brands na nag-offer talaga yan locally. So majority are still coming from outside our country. And yun nga po, we can give you recommendations kung ano yung magagandang types of grow lights.
Okay po. Thank you,
So,
Miss G.
we are already done.
So, meron na tayo.
Yes, meron tayong tanim. Okay?
Talaga.
Yung nakita niyo po kanina, that is our lettuce. So, talagang meron sa kalaki.
So, recap ko lang sa kanila, no?
Yes.
So, you already have your seedlings. Nailipat na natin sa net pot natin. Tapos, nalagay na natin sa ating
Grow kit.
tray, sa grow kit. And then, nalagyan na natin ng water, yung level na pakita na namin kanina. Now, the water will, of course, evaporate over a period of time. But, don't worry, yung roots, hahabulin niya yung water. Just don't let it allow na maubusan talaga ng tubig. Pero hayaan nyo lang siya, halos very low maintenance to.
Yes.
Hindi nyo na talagang susundan niyo. Kaya that's where the water efficiency comes in.
Yes. And for this type of container, at kung lettuce or pechay or green leafy veggies yung tanim natin, bago pa maubos yung water na to, na-harvest na po natin yung ating tanim. So this is actually more than, kaya niya mag-hold ng more than a month na nutrient solution.
The question, di lapitin ng insects? No. The short answer is no, generally no, because it's covered. So if you're worried about the kitikite, no, it won't. Not unless you have it open or may seed.
And
Kaya don't worry pagka pasok ng kitikite.
And at the same time naman, just in case magkaroon ng kitikite, by the time na bago pa siya mag-mature, nakapag-harvest na tayo, so we can then change the water o idilig na lang po natin sa ibang halaman, tapos change tayo ng setup.
And then again, going back to your lecture earlier, there's no soil, so there's no pesticides, there's no unwanted bacteria in this setup.
So natural lang siya, no, Chef?
Yes.
Miss G. So just like our natural micronized Heragest, a revolutionary and progesterone. So dahil kapit ka sa micronized natural progesterone Heragest. Yan.
Yan. Parang yung plants.
Yes. Ang galing no? Ang galing no? Lahat connected sa plants. Yung
Sa plants.
products ng bio.
Ang daling i-link, no?
Which
May
way
question,
looks like
may
after.
question pa pala, Chef. How long daw po magagamit yung 5-gallon mixture or water solution?
Pwede nyo pong long magagamit. Pwede
Di bale, ilang beses natin nalalagay.
This one kasi it's kakasya po dito is 5 liters water.
So, mga halos 4, no?
So if you have 19 liters, mga halos 4
4
harvests.
gallons. So yung container na nakuha nyo, this
Use
almost has 4 to 5 liters. So since you have 19 to 20 liters of water, so you have about 5 times that you can use here. Now, after that, you need to buy your nutrient solution again.
Yes.
Tapos, Chef, sa isang growing kit, okay lang iba-ibang halaman?
Yes.
Ito.
This one.
Okay.
I'll show you.
This one is mustard, tomato, So pagka growing kayo ng footing crops, okay lang na sumabay sila sa green leafies. Pero the moment na medyo lumaki sila, you need to transfer them kasi yung root system nila malaki. So ang tendency, i-invade nila yung roots ng other plants. So you
Ibang
have to
plants.
transfer them.
Okay.
Okay, so you have your lemon mint, you have your peppermint, and this
So,
one.
cute to.
So you have your purple chilies.
Sili na nagsisprout.
So may ano na siya, may
Bunga.
Baby chili.
Yung mga mahirap hanapin sa groceries na
yes.
pwede mo nang makita sa bahay mo.
Sa taas, yung nasa likod po namin. 4 herbs po talaga yan. Italian oregano, tarragon, basil, ganyan. And you just need to get some leaves if you need to. And that's it. Ganun lang siya. Hindi siya na-waste kasi makakat ka lang ng kung ano lang yung kailangan.
We have a question. Can I use fish instead of putting fertilizer? Yes, it's called aquaponics.
Yes, but you will need a lot of fish to be able to grow a lot of plants. So hindi siya, let's say, meron kang fish bowl tapos ganito karaming plants, hindi niya kayang i-sustain kasi you would need a lot to process it.
You need to mimic the nutrients. So yes, the short answer is yes.
Yes.
It's called aquaponics. We have hydroponics now.
Pwede makisali.
Maybe Biofam will have
Ay,
another.
sure po, Doc.
Sure po, Doc. Hello po.
Sure, Doc.
Nakatiis eh. Hi.
Hi po.
Hindi kasi instead of yun nga, meron kasi ako mga aquariums na pwedeng gamitin.
You can actually use
That container underneath. Lalagay ko siya sa ibabaw ng aquarium and then lalagyan ko ng fish.
Yes po. Ang maganda po dyan, the roots of the plants will clean the water at the same time kasi yun yung nutrients nila. So, halos walang masyadong cleaning na magaganap.
Doc,
But you need a lot of fish.
Like for example, that siguro malaki ng konti dyan sa container na naka-display dyan sa inyo.
Yeah.
Mga ilang let's say beta, yung fighting fish.
Kulang.
Kulang,
You need a
yes.
lot. So I have a little.
Sa bagay, hindi pwedeng pagsama-samahin yun, kasi dapat iba-iba sila eh.
Yes po.
Oo.
So, but the short answer is yes, you can.
pwede.
You can hang this dun sa
Yes, floating lang siya.
you can float it dun sa aquarium mo. Now, I have a little experience on that. Maybe what you can do is make sure na healthy na or medyo malalaki na yung halaman and don't start from scratch. Medyo mag-transplant na ka lang kayo to make it a hydroponic or aquaponic system because you're sure na medyo resilient na yung plant mo kahit konti na lang yung nutrients niya, kaya niya.
And you have to make sure na hindi bago yung water ng ating aquarium. Yes, kailangan kahit pa paano, it's already there for medyo long time na para mayroong ma-absorb na nutrients yung ating.
Kasi when I was into breeding fish, hindi ko sila nilalagyan ng hindi ko sila nilalagyan ng aerator. Binabayaan ko lang maglumot yung glass. So nakaka-survive din sila.
Yun po, maganda for the plants.
Yun na nga eh. So I guess kaya niyang
Thank you, Doc.
Sir JB, I saw your name sa Hydroponics Philippines. Member din ako nun, pero hindi pa ako nag-hydroponics.
Yeah.
Personal muna kayo.
Kasi mas active eh.
Ano pinupost ko doon. So,
Thank you.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you din po, Doc.
We will show you po some of the setups that we already did. Para you can
balik tayo
see.
sa konting presentation. Test lang. Sure.
So, sorry.
Kay, ano itong web activity natin this afternoon? Very timely siya today, no? Especially usong-uso ang mga plantitos and plantitas. It's an effective outlet pampawala ng stress and a great bonding experience with the family. Ikaw ba, Kay? Na-try mo na mag-venture into
Maging plantita.
Ah?
Yes, actually,
Makiuso.
na-try ko siya, kaso namatay.
So, hindi na ako walang stress.
Yes, have I known na merong hydroponics na meron palang katulad nila Miss G na expert in hydroponics and in planting, dapat nakinig muna ako or nag-try muna ako mag-consult sa mga experts. Just like sa health natin, di ba? Dapat seek the professional help or support from our doctors. Sabi nga, pa din ang alagang doktor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Time dapat dun ka muna sa mga, wag kang basta-bastang
Gagawa ng sarili mong ano.
Yes, nagastusan lang ako. Imbes na ma-distress, na-stress lang ako.
At yung pera mo rin, wallet mo na stress
Yes.
din. So, importante talaga makinig sa medical experts or sa kung
Yes.
expert ng
Sinong expert? Yes.
Yes.
So, ito po, I'm going to show you some of the setups para medyo ma-imagine nyo rin what you can do with your hydroponics. So this is my garage because gulay is life.
Dating may kotse yan, ngayon nasa labas na.
Okay, so we just put some, we just used some UV plastic sa ibabaw para hindi ma-dilute yung nutrients. And if you can see, parang may ginawa kaming parang bed. It's called the horizontal or the bed type of hydroponics. So may water yan, may plastic liner siya, tapos may water and nutrients. Tapos, para floating, we put some, we reused styro. Tapos, ito na po yung mga plants natin. So, this can actually hold, I think, around 900 different kinds of plants. So, nanawa po yung mga kapitbahay ko nung ECQ. Ngayon po, ayaw na nila. Pag kumakatok kami, ibig sabihin, meron na naman kaming dalang gulay. Sabi nila, meron pa kami! Okay. So, this, right now, we're no longer concentrating on lettuce, but we're growing different types of herbs. So, yan. And then, this is what I have been working on for the last few months. This is the modular life pods because I dream to be able to bring in plants at home para we can help people without kahit na yung wala talagang experience in growing plants. Okay? So that they can grow their own edible plants. Okay? And this is also some of the farms that we've built. On the left side, that's in Laguna. Tapos, ito siya, pag yung left picture, yan siya pag malilit pa yung plant. So you can see the pipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 7-layer A-frame. Pagka tumubo po at lumaki yung mga plants, ito siya, yung maliit na picture dito. This one. Ayan siya. Hindi nyo makikita yung pipes kasi nag-take over talaga sa lalaki yung mga gulay natin. This one, the next picture, this is a rooftop. And then here, sa right, this is a bed type then. So we do it in rows para ka rin nagtanim sa soil. Pero this one, halos hindi siya masyadong mine-maintain kasi once na you already put your plants there, you can just leave them and just, you know, every now and then check kung okay pa yung water level nila, ganyan. And that's it. The right picture above is a farm in Tarlac. This is around 700 square meters. We were able to fit in, I think, 50 to 70,000 heads of plants. Again. So you can actually do vertical, and you can do the simple horizontal flat.
This is the same as ano.
Yes.
So what you learned today is actually just the same. Yung nakikita niyong malalaking setup,
Yes.
it's the same as what you learned today. It's
Yes.
just on a bigger scale lang.
Yes.
So if you manage to grow this small,
you
then
can grow.
you can grow that big.
Yes.
No problem.
So ang pinaka-basic kasi na hydroponics is first, you have a container that can hold your water and nutrients. And then your plant holder, you have your plants. And that's it. You have sunlight or light. and you can already do that. The bigger setups lang, they have pumps para nagpo-flow yung water or nagsisirculate yung water para hindi namin maging problema yung heat. Kasi syempre, maliit yung container namin. So, ang tendency, pag tanghaling tapat, iinit yung water. So, we want it flowing. Pero, if you're doing this one, yung grow kits natin, dahil marami yung water or malalim yung tubig, hindi masyado umiinit yung tubig. So, it doesn't affect our plants. So, yun lang yung difference.
Ang ganda niyan tignan, no, Chef and Miss G.
Yes.
Pag super dami. Very relaxing siya sa eyes.
Yes po.
Yung greens nga, parang lalo ngayon, di ba, ang daming nawawalan ng asa because of the pandemic.
Yes.
So, di ba, super importante yung hope. Like with Regina, because hope is born with Regina. Yung product natin with Biofam, which helps in the ovulation induction for patients who are trying to conceive. So, yun, just like the plants, it gives hope po for the infertility patients naman siya.
Oh, yes. And so that ends my demo. Okay. I will pass it on to Chef, and he will be teaching us what to do with our gulay.
Kung may tanim, may tinanim,
May kakainin.
May salad. May salad.
Pang diet.
Yes, pag may tinanim na yun.
So if you still have any questions, I'll be answering them while Chef Den is preparing. And if we still have any other products that...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna prepare, change everything, wash my hands and all. I think it's also a great opportunity for Biofam to be mentioning the rest of the products or have a roll call of the products. Again, no, sayang yung opportunities. Also, yung mga gusto mag-bio
Sayang
break,
airtime.
bio break na kayo.
Yes.
5-minute break po. Thank you po. Thank you, Chef, and thank you, Miss G. And so, Miss G, na-mention niyo lang po, di ba, kanina, you also grew, pwede rin pong magtanim ng basil using the hydroponic system. Di ba po? So, did you know that basil is also known for antibacterial and anti-aging properties? So, it's just like one of our products which is may anti-aging. Hindi naman siya anti-aging pero it helps po sa ating mga women for
In advancing years.
Ayan, so it's our brand of Tibolon, so comfort for menopausal discomfort, Amina. Ayun po. And also, Funzella na rin po, promote ka lang. So, dahil ang basil, meron siya antibacterial properties, ang Funzella naman is for antifungal naman. So, it helps women suffering from gynecological infections. Ayan.
Yan. And Miss G, may nabasa din kasi ako that pH level in plants are important po. Parang dapat hindi siya too low or hindi rin siya too high.
Yes.
Or else, hindi ma-absorb yung certain nutrients at makakashow siya ng deficiency sa plants. So, just like yung Obimin Plus natin, with the right levels po, or right levels of combination ng DHA and EPA, so for mommy to live well and baby to excel, for the patient from preconception to lactation use. So, halos lahat talaga siya connected with plants.
The plants.
Yes, with the hydroponics and all. And of course, yung alendra natin to stand out, which helps yung women natin in advancing years nga to stand out against osteoporosis. So, yun, parang yung mga plants, 'di ba, straight mo siyang nilalagay sa pots yan.
Naka-stand sila.
Yes, para hindi siya nakakuba and fall. Pagka lumaki na siya, ayan.
Stand straight pa rin.
Yes.
You know how we have so many similarities.
Yes, opo, with plants.
Same with the
Yes po.
We are one.
Body with nature. Yes, ma'am.
Miss G, meron question lang. So, what makes a good growing medium? Kasi di ba gumamit ka ng
Yes.
so, ano yung pwede pa nilang ibang gamitin?
Aside from the pebbles or the lava rocks, we can actually use, some people use the foam or the rock wool. Ako personally, I like using coco peat because it's sustainable and I can reuse it kasi. So,
Miss
gusto
G,
ko
ano yung coco peat? Sorry. Ano yung coco peat?
your coco husk, non-dinurog.
Okay. Yung nyog.
Yes, yes.
Yung
Okay.
buko, di ba may
Ah.
cover yun?
Yung bunot.
Yung bunot,
Okay. Bunot.
Ah, okay.
Nyog.
di ba
Okay.
ito yung bunot, yun yung coco peat.
Yun yung coco peat.
Okay po.
Pero you cannot use the yung mga new ones kasi medyo acidic pa yan eh. So, may mga nabibilhan ng yung mga nagpa-process ng coconut. So, yun sila, meron silang mga stock ng mga coco husk na umaabot na ng 5 years, 10 years. Yun yung binibili namin. So, marami namang sellers niyan online. So, you can actually buy it. Ako, I prefer that one kasi yun nga, I can reuse it and at the same time, it's like working with soil without the pests. Okay?
Galing nga, no? Pwede palang magtanim ng walang soil. Ayan, meron pong question from Dr. Daisy Cansenaje. Are plants grown through hydroponics more prone to fungal infection or leaf miners or wala talagang infection?
Pag nasa labas po, tapos marami rin tayong ibang tanim, minsan nagkakaroon din po sila ng leaf miners. What I do to prevent leaf miners, pag may nakita na akong meron, I remove the leaves of the infected area and then throw them away sobrang malayo kasi babalik sila eh. At the same time, I take something out of the kitchen. Okay, so you use your Joy dishwashing, one part Joy, one part tapos you chop some garlic and sili and a little bit of vinegar and then 9 parts water, you mix that, and then strain po natin and put it in a sprayer, and we can spray it sa mga dahon ng ating plants.
Question po.
Thank you, Ms. G.
At least it doesn't...
Another question po from Dr. Christine Basa. Can we use din po sa lettuce yung base trimming for hydroponics or from germination lang po ng seeds?
Can we use base trimming for hydroponics? Pwede yung naputo. You mean yung pag merong, hi Dr. Basa, you mean if you cut yung gulay, tapos yung may ugat pa ba ng konti, I guess? Yun ba? Is that ano? Okay, yes, okay. So,
Yes,
I will tell, actually,
you can actually do that, pero hindi na siya ganun kalaki. Gaya ng unang grow.
yeah, but, usually,
Yes, you can. Yes.
Chempo,
But you can.
chempo. This
You
is
have-
actually, yung sinama ko, this is cilantro. So, kakalagay ko lang kahapon. Ito yung dulo ng cilantro, binili ko sa SM.
Yes.
Kasi wala ko. So, may roots na siya. And I just put it here, diretso. Wala na nga ako, I didn't even use a grow, And then there's already some sprouts sa ibabaw.
Yes. Agad-agad.
Agad-agad. This is actually 24 hours.
Yes.
So, the answer is yes.
Miss G, from Dr. Regina Chua, which is better daw po, coco peat or lava rocks?
Depende po sa inyo. Kung ayaw nyo po ng makalat, go for lava rocks. Kasi yung coco peat tends to, minsan magmumukhang parang may lupa yung ating...
Oo, yung kanina po, yung ginamit niyo po kanina.
Pag tinitignan nyo, parang medyo na yung water natin. So, kung ayaw nyo po ng mukhang madumi, you go for lava rocks. Pag okay lang po sa inyo, you can go for coco.
Can you use
From Dr. Regina Chua ulit, can placing the tray inside a plastic greenhouse suffice instead of UV plastic?
Yes.
No, I didn't
The
see-
question is, can placing the tray inside a plastic greenhouse suffice instead of a UV
Yes.
plastic? Oh,
Yes,
yes.
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 Actually, use a greenhouse. Usually, that's
That's already a cover, yes. It's actually if you
Plastic,
see
yeah.
yung mga plastic, it actually prevents UV. Direct sunlight. So, there. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. Now we go on to the second part. Don't go, ha? So, you have in your kits, you have some ingredients to make two types of dressing, which is balsamic dressing and mayo dressing. At this point, you can go follow me with this so simple instructions, or you can just remember this. It's so easy to make. So we'll make...
Ay, sorry po, Chef and Miss G. May nag-raise lang po ng hand kanina si Dr. na Veneracion. Ay po.
Ako ulit.
Apo.
Can I use rooted cuttings of established plants na nasa soil?
Rooted cuttings of established.
Kasi madaling ipa-root yung cuttings ng mga basil tsaka mint.
Pwede.
So, pwede
I usually do
ilalagay
that.
ko sa hydroponics. Para hindi na ako magpupunla ng seeds.
Yes.
Madami na ako kasing tanim na ganun eh.
Opo. Mas mabilis po talaga pagka.
So okay lang naman siya. Same ang magiging growth. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you ulit.
All right. So, ayun. So, we're gonna go to the second part. So, i-prepare naman natin. Sayang naman yung tinanim natin. So, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna make two dressings, balsamic and mayo, with the ingredients. I want this to be as simple as possible. These ingredients are easily found in your kitchen. Kung wala, we supply them to you. And if not, you can buy them in your suking tindahan, I'm pretty sure. So, let's start. Gawa muna tayo ng balsamic dressing. So, with balsamic dressing, you need to prepare 4 things. You need your vinegar, your olive oil, your salt, and pepper. So, only 4 key ingredients. So easy. So how do you do this? You mix 4 parts of olive oil to 1 to 2 parts vinegar. It depends on the type of vinegar you have. It also depends on the type of taste that you like. Kung gusto niyo medyo matapang, then you add more vinegar. On the lighter side, you put less vinegar. So what kind of oil you use? Of course, let's try to go on the healthy side, but technically you can use any oil for this. But in our case, we use olive oil. We want to be healthy. All of you there got olive oil for sure. And then your vinegar. Balsamic is Italian for vinegar. So you can use any kind. Kahit yung datu puti nyo, you can use that also. Yes. So I put the olive oil in the container already.
Sa bottle na lang.
Yeah. O para you can like easily mix this right away. So I'm gonna use again 4 parts of olive oil and then maybe 1 to 2 parts of your vinegar. Now add a pinch of salt, add a pinch of pepper, and then, this is the fun part of this. Pwede na kayo mag-video dito. You can do your TikTok thing while shaking. All you gotta do is like really shake this.
Yeah.
You can actually really
So
TikTok.
easy yung need to whisk it, di ba?
Pag nag-whisk ka, prone pa sa
Kalat.
sa kalat. Ito na siya. So once you have it, you know what? There you go. Your basic balsamic dressing. Now, huwag naman nating padaliin ng ganong kadali, no? Or baka isipin natin yun lang. With this, you can actually make 4 more. 3 more different types of variety, and even more. So I'll tell you why. So if you put honey in this, you're gonna have a honey vinaigrette dressing. That's already 1. That's already your second. Now, if you put some lime in this, you're gonna be having your Oriental or Asian dressing. So that's 2 already. And then if you put some maple syrup on this, also G likes to put some fruits.
Yes, and jams.
Jams, you can also add it here. You already have your twisted balsamic dressing. So with that, you already have like 4. And also you can have some herbs in it. You can add some herbs.
And the Italian.
Yeah, that's right. You're gonna have your Italian dressing. So you know what? You already, from this simple dressing, you already have like 5. And it's so easy to make. Like, we only had a presentation for like how many minutes pa lang, oh? And you already had like 4, 5. And if you have instant guests, you can also have this. Now, I'll tell you more about this, but let's put this aside and let's make your mayo dressing. So, meron na tayong isang dressing.
Yes.
With a mayo dressing, 40 ingredients ulit. So, lagi tayong 4. We need your mayonnaise. You have your milk.
Chef, ano ba?
Any kind of milk really. So, ako, I use the normal milk. Tinimpla ko nga lang actually ito. You can use non-fat, UHT, fortified milk, no problem. Any kind of milk. Dun sa mga vegan/vegetarian, you can use green-based plant-based mayo.
Yes.
And for your milk, as a substitute, almond milk. Plant-based mayo, pwede ka nitong coconut milk. Yes. So you have your now again 1, 2, and then salt and pepper. So just the same, we have the mayonnaise.
4 parts.
Same ano ulit. 1:2, 1:2, and then 4 parts is to 1 or 2. So I'd like to keep this on the medyo malapot. So I put like 1 part. Then salt, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. There, close it well. And then you're gonna do your TikTok again. Say it. I guess that your doctors are. When I say 4 parts, is it 4 cups from Dr. Ray Santillan? Not really cups. Meaning kung gaano karami yung mayo mo or yung base mo, 1/4 lang nun. Yung isa, yung kapalit. So kung ito yung buong 1 part, yung 4 parts, kung divide natin ito sa 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, andito lang siya.
Yung
Yung isa. So if this 4 parts, this is 1 part.
So if you use tablespoon, 4 tablespoon mayo, 1 tablespoon.
Yes, correct. So in what you said for 4 cups then, so 1 cup yung ano.
With milk.
So yun. So but it's really up to your preference. Wala talaga tong kung ano yung panlasa nyo. That's a good thing about this because you know what, when you buy stuff in the groceries, sometimes it's really not your preference and your taste. Sometimes yung iba dyan, ayaw ng onion, ayaw ng certain ingredient. Ito, you can put your own. You can have your own berry dressing. Now, again, we have our mayo dressing. Now, what can we do about to make this a different kind of dressing? If you want to make it a garlic, a ranch dressing, we add garlic. Dagdagan nyo lang ng chopped garlic or minced garlic. Well, I see one doctor making it. That's nice. So, what's this? Dr. Regina Chua. That's nice. Okay. So, and when you do this, you put, again, garlic, magiging ranch na siya. I-dice nyo lang sobrang liit or yung garlic, i-grate nyo na lang. Mas madali. Yan. Now, pag nilagyan nyo ng anchovies, magiging Caesar salad. Caesar dressing. Ngayon, pag ito naman nilagyan natin ng ketchup, magiging Thousand Island. So yun. Pag nilagyan yung banana ketchup, Filipino, Thousand Island siya. So,
And iinis ako kasi yung ko lang talaga siya natutunan sa'yo, di ba? Before, whenever I go to the farms that I'm partners with, parang lagi yung mga partners ko, nalaka na mga dressing nga, iba-iba sila ng gusto. So I have to bring a lot. Parang lahat kailangan bit-bit ko. Tapos yung pala, pwede akong gumawa scratch from the kitchen.
That's right, G. So for example, ito, ranch. Ito, Caesar.
Yes.
Ito, yung Thousand Island natin. Ito naman, meron pang isa, yung roasted natin, sesame.
Sesame.
Now, now you know that all of these are just
From one.
this. Ito lang
Oo
siya.
nga.
So, ito bibili ka nito sa isa. Minsan nga nalilito ka pa.
Ang mahal pa man.
Ang mahal pa.
Nalilito ka kasi either yung budget mo or baka masayang lang or ano kasi
Na-expire agad.
So,
Opo.
ngayon, minsan pag bumili ka ng 3,
Kaka-favorite ka na
isa dito paborito mo. Sigurado. Kunyari, paborito ko to. Hindi mo na mapapansin yung dalawa.
Yung mga top sa ranking.
Oo, wala na siya.
Opo, sayang.
Kaya hindi mo may enjoy lahat. Kasi mamimili ka lang kung ano yung pinaka-favorite mo. Yung expensive siya.
Oo,
So,
yung priority
mamimili
mo lang.
kung ano lang yung bet mo, yun lang.
So, lahat
pwede
yan,
ka na gumawa.
lahat yan,
Yes.
ito lang siya. Itong dalawa. And we did it in like
Wow.
Galing.
So,
Space saving pa.
ito na yung it's sobrang easy. You can also add some mustard. Pwedeng Dijon, pwedeng yung yellow mustard na prepared. No problem. It makes this taste really different. You add honey if you want to make it on the sweet side. So I guess what I want to share with you here is you can, with the two basic dressing that you have created and that you already know how to make, you can like change it and to add the flavors that you want to make it different. Don't be afraid to experiment. I would say. Para you get the taste that you want. If kung ano yung kulang, just salt taste. Now, there I hope I shared that well with you. Now we're gonna put the dressing naman on the stuff that we have. So some of you have, most of the dear doctors have lettuce, tomatoes, pepino, and then some fruits. Yeah, and then in this case, I also added some greens. I boiled some carrots and tomatoes, diced them up like this. With the fruits, I just diced them up also like this. Your greens that you have there in your basket, just slice them up, chop them up into 1 inch. But again, it all depends on what you want the slices. But kasi when you put it in it's okay na. The pepino, this is just a serving suggestion. I sliced up like really thin, and then just put it. Pwedeng pure pepino, pwedeng pure tomatoes. It's up to you. And then of course, sayang naman. Let's put our dressing na G. Go.
So we just transferred them in containers para maganda tingnan tsaka para hindi ito matapon. Favorite ni Chef.
Favorite ko to. Ito, nabili ko. 60 pesos. May 3 na siya butas. So
Nice.
para kang professional pag nilagay mo to.
Pang garnish.
So, yeah. It's not a professional way. It's like ikaw na G, where do you want this?
Pwede ka na mag-salad every
Day.
minute, every hour, ganyan. Pipitas ka lang, no? Pipitas ka lang.
Ito lang namin.
Pagising mo, pipitas ka na.
Pipitas ka lang, ganyan.
Hindi siya nasisira.
Mhm.
Hindi siya nakakahinayang kasi hindi siya, yung ibang mga vegetables, I'm sure I'm gonna make a challenge. Check out your ref. Marami na dyan, baka malapit na masira.
Brown.
Meron dyan.
You can add cheese.
Bilis
Yeah,
mag-brown.
you can add cheese here to your salad.
Kasi 'di ba chef, 'di ba we have this notion kapag ka healthy, expensive, like yung salad stop, 'di ba ang mahal ng isang serve nila, kala mo may
lugi
gold.
sila ng konti lang.
Alam mo may gold.
Ng konti
Kaya
lang.
nga, 'di ba? So, sobrang dali lang pala siya. So, right in front or right in the comfort of your own house, pwede ka nang gumawa or pwede ka nang kumain ng healthy stuff without, 'di ba, without spending too much. tanim-tanim ka lang, ganyan. So,
So perfect
Ayun
lang
tayo.
to with our current situation.
yes,
Madalas
yes.
medyo nasa bahay tayo.
Opo.
Most of you keep
Opo.
opening, I guess your ref are being opened more now than it was before. Kahit wala nga ako wala nga akong gustong kainin, basta nasa bahay lang ako, binubuksan ko na lang eh.
Oo
Wala.
nga.
So anyway, here I prepared, these are the things that we prepared. I hope that all of you have learned and actually tried it out. I hope you can share this with your family. This is actually the last part of our presentation that we shared to you. We'd like to thank the participation.